built Skyrim's ground despite frozen toil. We tended the Quama beneath Morrowind's soil. We hunted the Wamasu in Black Marsh's glades. We three hearts had no need for blades. Then they came from the seas, folded steel in their hands. They burned down our homes and ravaged our lands. A Kaviri brought nothing but bloodshed and lies. Our families were slain before our eyes. With three separate people, they shared a cruel joke, a choice between death or the yoke. But then our three people knew what must be done to end the oppression. Of three became one, forged by war. The Evanhards rose and drove the Akaviri back to the sea. When the enemies begged for the mercy they lacked, three voices as one shouted blood for the pact.
Alright, we are back in the game. Probably now you can hear me. Really couldn't before this. And let's make a sound check. Check. Yeah, let's put okay, you can probably hear my voice now well, but the game sounds a bit not too loud. Yeah, doesn't feel like it. Yeah, I need to amplify the microphone because that Discord or something actually turned it down last time, so. Okay. Study of the Lost Cyber, and then we have a like public dungeon over there. Forgotten Glories. Cenotaph of the Remnants. I don't know what this is, but...
Outworlder! We need you!
Yeah, I heard.
Greetings, Outworlder. We know why you came, and we offer gratitude for your timely assistance. Our situation grows dire. Very few of us still stand, and we can no longer hear those who do. The Dreamcarvers must not reach the crux, but we cannot stop them in our weakened state. You, however, are an unexpected development.
Dreamcarvers swarm our fortress. It is theirs now.
While our pact still exists, so do the remnants.
Stop clinging to a dead order. We must accept our fate.
This mortal can change our fate. Stay here, tend to the stricken.
We can understand resistance to giving up. A fighting spirit infuses the remnants to their core. But we see a difference between struggling against the odds and denying your fate. After we fled from the initial assault, we did not heed the call to rally. As our connected minds fell quiet, fear and guilt crept in. We decided to return and survey our fortress. The Dreamcarvers have only entrenched further.
Dreamcarvers roamed the halls of the Cenotaph, seeking a path into the crux. Resetting the fortress defenses shall be our first task. You can enter through a cave system to the north. We will secure this camp, then meet you inside. Your question confuses us. We told you, we are the remnants. Should we feel concerned that you weren't listening? Ah, now the problem becomes clear. The remnants are a whole, our minds linked, our experiences shared.
So, sort of
We
hive
do not
mind.
distinguish individual parts the way mortals do. Speaking in your tongue, the best word to describe us is we. Your fingers, do they not form your hand? And your hand, it is part of your body, yes? As is your foot, your legs. These are you. Such it is with us. The remnants are a body. To perceive the parts as separate misunderstands our nature. The Dreamcarver invasion proves our clan has grown weak. If we cannot defend our home, how can we serve the Great Eye? A rift threatens the remnants. Do we attempt to regrow or disband entirely? Although our power sputters and dims, we still emit a small glow. The remnants are the sword and shield of the Eye who sees all. No greater honor exists in oblivion. Our pact with Hermaeus Mora still holds, so we must defend it. All of Apocrypha once knew us. We guarded Hermaeus Mora's most treasured secrets, even explored the mortal realm. We were a force unmatched. We faded. It started slowly. Our numbers dropped subtly. We noticed our strength waning as our clan dwindled. The more who left, the weaker we became. A cycle of withering began. Weakness bred deserters, which led to more weakness. We have thought about that for a long while. Those who left claimed to lose faith in our Lord, the Eye that wanders. This confused us, but we accepted it. Perhaps if we pushed harder for their return, some of our clan would not call us a dead order.
Dead order. So apparently they got strength from the hive mind.
seen. Come, let us plan. These caves wind through the Cenitaph's lower levels. Many of our defensive measures originate here and extend through the fortress. The Dream Carvers disabled our wards as they invaded. We must reset them. We will find them north of here. They will require both of our efforts to set. You must hold the trigger while we funnel energy into it. Once set, the wards will drive most of the Dream Carvers from the Cenitaph. We may run into Dream Carvers as we search. Do not hesitate to dispatch them with prejudice. Remember, they will reform in oblivion over time. You will not. Let us move north through the tunnels. We will alert you when we find a ward. A time existed when the remnants had no home. We served as wandering knights for our lord. Then, as if flung through the void, this castle landed within Apocrypha. We took this as a gift, and soon occupied it. This Dream Carver spell opens a void in our thoughts. It feels like an erasure.
Off with you, sweet!
He's not feeling well. When the spires fail.
Come, we can recharge this power node. Our fire trap should ignite now.
Don't like your odds. What would you like to talk about? Bringing a book for travel is well worth the pack space. Shame they're so heavy.
A power node. Let us charge it. We hope this one hurts. We may run into Dream Carvers. They are meant to deal with any thieves that should find their way inside. We store many of Hermaeus Mora's treasured secrets here, after all.
I wonder.
When active, their power floods the entire Cenitaph. But that will take time.
I wonder how the followers of Hermamora have lost their faith to the... well, their tentacled master. So what's change? There's always a change, but sometimes the change isn't for good. So what's the change? That's probably very secret book. And a Daedric bird.
Here, a node of power for the traps. Help us recharge it. That covers our exits. Let us talk about next steps. With the traps powered, we should find navigating the cenotaph much easier. They should destroy most of the invaders with ease. However, they won't get them all. We need to determine how close they are to reaching the remnant path. We head to the courtyard. If the Dream Carvers wish to breach the crop, you may not feel it, but we do. A shift in the power that flows through the cenotaph. The Dream Carvers may soon breach the protections around our pact. We must hurry to the courtyard.
Interesting. Daedric Rangers have a clan fear with them. Oh, I'll buy. I mean, that's just logical. That they don't have a normal animal, just Daedra.
Alright, try for money. Let's ride!
Okay, so wrong way out. So it's here. The castle was first and this is next. Foundations. But I'm looking the courtyard and it's reading foundations, so I don't know. So it's over there. So we need to go push through here and go to the north. Okay. A bit too dark for me, so let's use the light.
I didn't kill them to run away. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that. I hope you're watching.
Okay.
massive ritual. Destroy the focus.
Mind terror.
Never used to quite this much until I met you.
Hammer time.
Facets of the ritual may tell us something. Fragments of ritual medium. We can learn from that.
Strike against remnants proper order. The stones are attuned to my vestige. Yeah, because the main character in this game is called Vestige because he or she has like a vestige of the soul, and it's quite like Daedric's soul, so that's why he could walk around without soul.
This unlocks the way.
That is the ritual's core.
Alone. Alone. Where are they? We are lost. We cannot stand being alone. Dream cover magic squirms through our mind. It wants our secrets. It wants inside.
Remnants function as a whole. Why isolate
Because
us?
they are getting power from the unity and numbers
That creature,
in the hive mind.
Uzenath, she leads these invaders. We know her reputation. Savage and impatient. No wonder she managed to take the cenotaph by force. To use her own vestige as fuel for the ritual presents a massive risk. The walls of the crux cannot break. We connected the locks to the remnant's mental web. Only we may enter unscathed. Uzenath's ritual siphons remnant minds. She blends their psychic energy with her own essence. What it means, mortal, is she has crafted a key to the crux. Once she blends enough remnant minds with her own vestige, she will appear as one of us. The crux will open. The pact will be exposed. We search the grounds, find other ritual foci, and destroy them. Steel yourself. Dream carvers roam everywhere. We did not choose our fortress. It arrived when we needed it most. Once, sounds of training
Interesting.
and discussion echoed through the halls. As our numbers dwindled, the cenotaph fell quiet. Uzenath steals our defining feature, the thing that makes us remnants. Our mental web, the connection that binds us. We believe it is more than a means of sharing knowledge. It amplifies
Yeah, I knew it.
us. Think of the power nodes we charged. Our pact with Lord Mora is the kernel from which the remnants' gifts emerge. Our mental web amplifies those gifts. The more who are connected, the stronger we become. To isolate us from it is savagery. The remnants keep watch on many of the other clans. Our calling is the defense of Apocrypha, after all. We once had agents across more realms than a mortal's mind can hold. Perhaps we can regain that reach once more. Another ritual focus. Destroy it.
Hammer time.
That should weaken the ritual.
I love how the hammer is used in this game to destroy the rituals. No counter spell or something like that. Or removing curses like in Witcher, but just let's smash the thing. And once again, hammer time.
Let's keep searching.
Iltava. Evening, evening.
You! Our pact with Lord Mora is sacred! Do not dare enter the crux!
Here you are, the rats scurrying around to cause trouble. Despite your efforts, I have what I need. Good try, though.
Oh no.
Quick, we need to plan. Without those rituals, the Dream Carver's plans should move drastically slower. Our next task is obvious. We find Uzinath and stop her from entering the crux. If we ascend the tower, we can get a better view. Perhaps see where she hides. No! After everything, we were too slow!
Okay.
They have entered the crux and can access our pact with Lord Hermaeus Mora! The remnants may actually end.
So basically this is the discussion that should have been first, and not the one we had just moments ago. Oh, mitäs Jari? Miten menee? How's going?
Eons. The remnants have keys to the crux, but we have never needed them. Until now. We need the journal of the first remnant. It will tell us which relics we need to place around the circle to open the door. There is little time. We must go, now. Find the relics. Hurry! Journal containing the wisdom of the first remnant.
That's Arcanist skill he's using. Ouch. Arcanist gets those cores that are those green triangles.
Easy! Let your magic recover! Whew, that was a bit of a warm-up.
That spyglass peers through the void to find new realms.
Interesting. So they do have really interesting magical artifacts here.
That key itself is unlocked, which another key then
Julius!
Okay.
Destroy.
Well done. Now we go to the ritual dance.
Don't panic! We can do this! You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Ouch.
Try breaking free!
Somehow I get stuck in the crowd control of the enemies.
Here, we will guide you through the next steps. Place the relics where I tell you. Once complete, our power shall flow through them. Hurry, our power wanes. We can feel it.
Unless this is Batman Gambit and our enemies actually expecting us to do that.
We use the gathered relics. Once placed, our power shall bind them together. They will connect to what remains of the Remnant's mental web. The resulting mesh will open the crux. We shall open a door like any other. You will have no problem entering. That said, once inside, we must close the door behind us. Otherwise, we risk a swarm of dream carvers joining us within. To form, place the relics, while we channel our power through them. To pierce the void and see our promise held. To bind us all through ancient wisdom. We opened the way. Enter the crux, Outworlder. The crux. Wait. Our connection. We have gone silent. Destroy her. Protect all we have left. The remnants need this to remain a force in Apocrypha.
Okay, it's a boss fight.
It's empty. You, remnant! There's nothing here! Trickery? I shall take your mind.
Okay, Miri is in a bad shape. Okay, let's heal her a bit. Ouch.
Right. It is empty. Except for this.
Go into Fishar or something. Pact of the Remnants. It's empty. There's no pact. Or is there?
Follow. We must think.
So the pact isn't with Hermes Mora, but it's between... pact is between those Daedra. Because, for example, Cold Harbor Pact, and this is just me being a lore buff. Cold Harbor Pact was probably made between Daedric princes and the inhabitants of the Nirn, Tamriel sword.
What does this mean, mortal? We need your guidance.
So basically, mortals can actually do a pact, and Daedra can do pact with each
far
other.
back as we can recall, the remnants believed we directly served Hermaeus Mora. Our connection to him drove us to defend his will. Perhaps that was a lie. The pact was nothing. A shattered plane with a rotting book. Further, where does our power come from? We cannot say. Now, we must decide. Do we tell the remnants of our discovery? It would surely destroy us. Or do we use the victory
Okay,
to
so
reinvigorate the
it's
clan?
not explained.
Show that Apocrypha still needs our defense.
So it's like, it's just we can end the quest like we want. This must mean your power is your own. You should rebuild the remnants. Your clan is built on a lie. Allow it to end. Disband the remnants. Let's rebuild the clan.
Point. Our goals do not need to come from some external source. We can reinvest in our purpose on our own. Perhaps others will join out of a desire to gather knowledge, instead of to serve another. We feel more certain than ever about our task. Our clan will gather and discuss how to prioritize. The cenotaph of the remnants will become the sword and shield of Hermaeus Mora once again. It's only through your efforts that we have a chance to rebuild. The remnants will rise again and last for eternity. All thanks to you. This outcome was unexpected. Nonetheless, you earned this. We offer it in gratitude. What comes next feels mysterious. Perhaps the others will have an idea on how to proceed. Until then, you have our gratitude, Outworlder. May we fight alongside each other again in the future. We shall rebuild. Our order may have seemingly collapsed, but perhaps we can rebuild stronger. We will create a more solid foundation. We still believe in serving Hermaeus Mora. The task is still worthwhile. We feel rededicated.
Okay.
They have emerged, and unharmed. What fate comes for our order, then?
See what we have done. The cenotaph stands. Our order can rekindle its strength. This proves it.
Our gifts return, and we hear our thoughts once more. Perhaps the remnants can still serve. We cannot argue with the facts before us. Remnants struck down by the Dream Carvers now wake. We can hear each other once again. Lord Mora sent us a test. Only he can know our fate, and we should not try to divine it. Our task is service and faith.
This is pretty interesting story to include Daedra. That okay, they have their own beliefs. They might live forever, but they still don't know the secrets. They don't know the truth. It's on the point of view really, which is always the core narrative of Elder Scrolls, which is uncertain witness. So they are not certain where their powers came from, but they are like they have belief system to support it. Give it a meaning. Okay, it's over there. Onwards to glory or glorious death or something else. So these are probably areas that you can adjust. adventure around. Like we discussed last time, this is like this area is divided to 2 parts. Apocrypha is divided to 2 parts for some reason. Study of the Lost Time, Kyber. Ah, okay, it's there, so we can actually jump from the left or right side, rather. Yeah, I have been asking jumping missions for the Elder Scrolls Online. Okay, that wasn't much of a jump, but full speed worked.
Quite a bounty. I'm glad I don't have to carry it. Wow, you don't come by those too often.
Song of Fate. This seems like a quest place. What's an Arcanist? Okay. Nothing much interesting here. Ouch. I tried to land on the water. Apogee of the tormenting
But
eye.
now I'm going to.
Our strength wanes, Wanderer. Hear us? Attend, mortal.
He's a bit horny.
Your arrival could mean not all is lost. We require aid. The eternal hum of knowledge fades within our sanctum. Creatures of ignorance invade the apogee of the tormenting eye. They come to consume Dremnican.
Ah,
Our order, the remnants, gathers knowledge. These beasts consume it.
ha.
They breached our wards, burrowing into the apogee.
That's like a
Relics from across Apocrypha
pyromaniac
are now
in
at
a
risk.
library.
We must drive them out. You've arrived to aid us. Why else would the Eyeball place you here now? Be certain, the remnants reward service. A simple task. Recover the relics before the Dremnik can find them. Close the beast's entry portals. Then activate the Apogee's protective wards. Help us. Take this room. It will draw you to our most powerful relics. As you find Dremnican portals, use the room to collapse them. Once completed, reset the ward at the peak. Now go, Agent of Fate. Ascend the Apogee. We shall await your return.
This is pretty okay in this DLC that these you can mention that hey, I helped those guys over there.
Yes, we know. So few survived that assault. Eventually, the vestiges who the Dream Carvers cut down will reform and return to Apocrypha. Until that time, our gifts remain weak. In any event, we are grateful for your effort. Take this rune. The apogee is a vault for items of arcane interest. At its center lies the Shrine of the Tormenting Eye, one of Hermaeus Mora's famed black books. It is currently off serving his divine purpose. Once, many considered this place to be impenetrable. Dremnikin are pests. They have tested our defenses since the apogee's construction. If one discovered a faded ward or a crack in our dimensional shielding, it would slip in. Others could follow, further widening the breach.
Interesting. Armored.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant armatures.
Okay, this is healing. And I probably should always use this. Healing strikes. Okay, maybe that's the last place I'll go. Over here or up there if possible. Yeah, it seems to be possible. Some other players have been here, so there's like dead beasts all over. Understandable. Oh.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
Polysynchronic tome. Okay, that's a relic. Hushed labor and fever. Okay. Hushed Dark Champion. Not your stock zombies here, or skeletons.
coming for us.
Okay, Watchling was hostile. Yeah, apparently I'm playing Warden, so Warden apparently is pretty okay. You can do tank Warden or healer Warden, but you need to play with the special skills of that role actually. Okay, it's up here. Let's take a sky shard to get more skill points. That's okay. Okay, that guy has a Mirri as a companion as well. I think my version of Mirri is much more stylish. Hand of Almalexia. Lurker. Oh, that's ugly.
I think I'm getting good at this. Well, I probably shouldn't be proud of that. Roll if you can!
Oh, there's more of those. The second assault skill is pretty okay. Stampede, because it's always going to be critical strike, which actually lights up my Matt Tinkerer set.
I really don't like your odds.
Summoning the that one Venomous Fabricant, which makes some damage. So it's like pretty okay build, in my opinion. At least for the PvE. Bookworm. Okay, that's like Skyrim Ice Coast, but re-skin.
Quickly, use the rune's power. Cleanse the load. Together we can reset the wards. Concentrate.
Okay.
The ritual drained our strength. Join us outside once your task is completed.
Wasn't much harder than this. Too bad you can't read every book here. Okay, that's a Tremnagen portal. Supernal Trespasser.
I will have my feast.
Okay, spawn. And that's why you play Dunmer. Ouch. Come on.
I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
You emerge. Come, speak. No need to tell us of your exploits, mortal. We can hear. Though still faint, the hum of knowledge steadies. The threat has passed. Before we conclude, return the relics you secured. We can no longer trust the apogee to protect these items. It weakens and will fall. Your efforts give us time to relocate the secrets within. Take this reward. Your service has concluded.
Tormenting robes.
Although the remnants must abandon this place, do not think your efforts a waste. Staunching a wound is the first step toward recovery. Our clan will clear out any invaders still left, then begin transporting the Apogee's wisdom to a new home. We assume you refer to the Hushed, unfortunate creatures who arrive from your realm. The mortal mind was not meant to hold the blessings of Lord Hormeus Mora. They transform into the beings you saw. A cautionary tale. The shrine protected our wares. The unified strength of the remnants kept it alive. Perhaps as we waned, so did the protective wards. We may need to concentrate our efforts in one location. Much easier to watch for thieves that way.
Solid advice. Now then, how about we continue the main quest? This reminds me a bit of the Deadlands, but then again, I think the main lead designer in this DLC was the guy who joined during the development of Deadlands, so it might have a Deadlands feel, just because. But apparently their group is now centered on developing Daedric stories. Which is interesting thought. I mean, but how about you tell a story about the multiverse? Other realms than just Tamriel.
Are you going to help me or just watch your time drift away like usual?
Why would we be looking for a book on teas? We're here for butterflies among the glade. Nisofra is really starting to get on my nerves. I knew she couldn't tell mortals apart, but I thought she at least had a mind for books.
Does triangles get annoying? Which triangles?
My associate and I are book hunters. We seek the tomes that are too well hidden for others to find, and return them to their rightful places. Or we would, if Nisofra didn't keep forgetting which books we seek. Because I wrote it down. I'm not the first partner Nisofra's had. I was warned about this, but I didn't think it would be so annoying. Ugh. I just have to play along until I can introduce the paper as evidence and catch Nass off guard. Have you talked to her? She doesn't take being contradicted
A new
well.
class.
I don't
I
want to
haven't
have to
tested
deal
the
with
new
an
class,
angry
sorry.
Gamora. Not here in the wilds.
Seemed like powerful.
buy
I have
you
been
time.
following
It's
other
smarter
players
and
to
safer that way.
that are.
But I don't have
I'm
to like
just
this treatment either.
still playing my old Warden and trying to
Temperament aside,
build her
she's
to be
the
a
best
bit
book
more
hunter in
effective.
Apocrypha. She knows this realm
But
better than anyone
it
else.
looks good.
We've
I mean,
never searched more than a few days before finding the tome we're looking for. I want to learn even a fraction of what she knows.
so basically, I've seen other players to use the Arcanist skill, and it looks pretty cool, and effects are pretty okay. So apparently it's a
Another
powerful
mortal.
way to
I
use
take it
the
you were
game.
eavesdropping, so you must have heard what I have to deal with. She can't even remember which book we've been sent to find. Her mind is perpetually stuck on butterflies. You question my memory. I could kill you for even thinking that I might be wrong. I know exactly which book we've been sent to retrieve. Wolfhound and Seabreeze is a classic. Of course, I've never heard of that other book in all my years in Apocrypha. Me? Be led by that mortal? Never. That being said, I may allow her to retrieve that butterfly book. Maybe the humiliation of being wrong in front of all the other ciphers will teach her a lesson. She isn't. But you don't know. Maybe I'm testing her. And if I am, and her insistence on that dreadful tome is correct, then we will be praised and none will be the wiser.
Yeah.
I may have switched the titles of the books in my mind. Butterflies in the Glade yet?
Really? All right. I think my book's over this way.
But yeah, not a new class game this. So I was thinking, debating myself, should I make a new character, and I had like huge list of old role-playing characters. I didn't want to get on making yet another character, because I wanted to see how this DLC actually remembers what you have been doing previously. And so far it seems pretty okay that there's quests that mention and lines that mention that you have been doing previous quests in other DLCs, but not that much. It's not going to, even if you are doing new character for this DLC, it's not going to have effect on the story. Just some new lines. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should take a test on new Arcanist class at some point. Would be okay, but then again, there's other channels that and other streamers that actually test the Arcanist. So yeah. Okay, let's take this wasteland here. Okay, there's a side quest. There's a sky shard there. There's a boss here. But we'll probably continue the main quest right now and return for these side quests later. Okay, she arrived.
We found the entrance to the infinite panopticon. The ritual worked, Proxy. We located the entrance to the infinite panopticon. At least, until it moves again. Let us head inside and try to stop the hidden kindred from locating the secret they seek. I know not which of our enemies have entered the panopticon, but the ritual latched onto both the hidden entrance and the other half of the Fulcrum Obscura. They must have used the relic to find this place, not unlike how we did it. Legends say the Panopticon is an endless labyrinth of rooms and passages, but nothing inside conforms to reality as we know it. It protects some of Hermaeus Mora's most precious secrets, and powerful guardians roam its lengths. Shall we proceed? Prepare yourself, Proxy. We should both be able to withstand a short visit to the Panopticon, but that does not mean we can ignore the dangers. Steel your mind and harden your will. When you are ready, let us head inside. We know they seek details concerning a lost dream, and they plan to use a rite from a black book to recover it.
Yeah, so far this has been really pretty good lore-wise.
That is what they hope to learn.
Elaborating a bit, but basically using the stuff we already knew about Arubis and Hermaeus Mora and yeah, well, stuff that Vivek writes in his books.
They believe so, and with the Fulcrum Obscura they can sift through the infinite secrets locked within until they find the exact one they require. We must get inside and prevent them from accomplishing that.
And the teleport somehow vanished.
Entered the infinite Panopticon. But where are the catalogues?
That hunger is native to Apocrypha. See how it shifts between the layers of reality? Attack while it's shifted, and its energy can power my ghost sight.
Okay, there's a hunger.
There is the focus to use my ghost sight. Apply my ghost sight with accurate precision.
Okay, so Melton is giving us some help here.
Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
I focused my ghost sight. My ghost sight can defeat this enemy. Not bad, not bad. But without my ghost sight, you probably wouldn't have survived that.
I did not expect us to be deposited directly into one of the halls of secrets, but I sense... Proceed with caution, Proxy. Careful, Proxy. I sense corruption in the air.
Right. This malignancy allows the corrupted guardians. You destroyed one sensor of corruption, but I sensed more above us.
What did you do, Proxy? The corruption is lesser. The currents of fate shall revitalize.
Funny how the Seekers are pretty boss-like monsters in a Telvanni Peninsula, but in here they are like pretty easy to beat. That this looks like a deep one from the H.P. Lovecraft books or something.
something nearby.
Another sensor destroyed.
Without my ghost sight, you'd never find them.
Well done. The corruption's hold weakens.
Okay, where's the third one? Those hushed are like Seogorath-kist, people who delved too much into the secrets of the Apocrypha and Hermes Mora.
Quick! Drink a magic potion!
Below. Let's clear the corruption. Okay, so they are the corrupting stuff is underneath. Above. Okay, now I don't know where I should be going. The UI doesn't make always 100% sense. So now it's saying it's on this level. Of course, I can actually misread the UI, and it can be actually. Can be wrong. Below. No. Maybe I'll just circle this up and see if there's like some those corrupting stuff somewhere nearby. Okay, it's up there. Corrupted lurker.
One more sensor destroyed. Use my ghost sight.
corruption should clear on its own now.
Whatever you just did, I sense the corruption fading away. Let us talk. Whatever you did, it worked. The corruption dissipates even as we speak. According to Blightcrown's notes, they are using the corruption as some sort of method to avoid detection. Is that how they plan to elude the gaze of the one who knows?
Probably.
I believe so. He has somehow combined the power of dream with the power of pestilence to shift between the layers of this reality. They are here, but not here. Effectively hidden from the all-seeing gaze of Hermaeus Mora.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the main game actually showed that Daedric princes are surprisingly blind in their own realm, especially if they invite somebody else in. And some, I know some people were like angry how the base game in Elder Scrolls Online was written, because it kind of breaks some conventions, and it wasn't elaborate as well. But current DLCs have been really good. They have been elaborating and been mostly logical.
The power of the ritual we use to locate the Panopticon lingers. We can use it to focus on the portion of the Fulcrum Obscura that Torvasad and Blightcrown carry. We can follow its trail directly to them. I shall concentrate the residual power of my ritual into a final tracking spell. Follow where the energy leads.
Okay, follow the light ball. Before it resets.
They carry the Fulcrum Obscura through this door. Hermaeus Mora has set a guardian gaze to protect the way ahead. We must divert its attention to cross the chamber. Periite rune, reeking of disease. Is this how they distract? Activating the rune got
The Guardian's vision is similar to my ghost sight. Nothing escapes its notice.
Another rune. Why don't you activate the remaining rune?
Activate all of the corrupted runes and we should be able to sneak past the eye.
Okay, so that's how they are managing this.
The Guardian appears rattled by those Periite runes.
Surprisingly easy task.
Keep moving!
See how the fulcrum vibrates? What we seek is here.
Another eye? It looks like all the others to me.
Have faith, diseased one. This eye contains the memory of the dream we seek.
Then let's get this over with. I can't hide us between the layers of reality much longer.
Ah, fate's mortals. I have no wish to harm you. Turn back and let us finish what we started.
He's a big guy.
They dare enter one of Hermaeus Mora's forbidden memories. We must follow them. Let me open a portal.
Proceed
There.
carefully. Between the energy here and Blightcrown's manipulation of reality, Laramil's portal could behave erratically.
It's a green portal. Good thing it's not red portal.
I knew it! We're not where Laramil intended, and now she's missing. Spellcasting should be left to the professionals.
Off with you, switch!
Undead Telvanni mage. Of course he records everybody.
Lyrna's portal deposited us on the ceiling.
As newbies.
Another portal? I knew it! Blightcrown's manipulation of the layers of reality caused Lyrna's spell to splinter. Well, step on through, and hopefully we'll reach the layer we're looking for.
Hopefully.
Keep moving through the portals. Each portal gets us one step closer to the Eye of Mora. Maybe Lyrna's better spellcaster than I thought.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap. I think I'm getting good at this. Oh, I probably shouldn't be proud of that.
Okay, physical damage is much better against those hushed ones.
Traversing different layers of reality is disconcerting. Quick, into that portal!
Then again, Meln is dead, so shouldn't be that disconcerting.
If this one doesn't get us there, I'm going to start making things explode. Finally! The Eye of Mora on the walkway above us.
Quick! Drink a magic potion! Maybe we can add that to the list of things I can beat you at. Found something interesting to share?
Finally. I mean, I haven't been really diligent on leveling up Miri, but this is fine. This is fine. Totally fine. Apparently this isn't going to work with the Daedra or Undead. That's crazy amount of magic damage. Yeah, let's use it.
The Eye of Mora! With or without you, goes out with light round Corsair. Enter the focus portal. Use my ghost sight to strike true.
Use the stamina trap.
You're as transparent as I am. And look, there's Torvasard.
We're in a memory of Hermaeus Mora, mortal. Here, no harm may befall us. I suggest we use this opportunity to confer.
Huh. I wonder why he wants to talk.
When dealing with matters of fate, meetings such as this are inevitable. Know that I am Torvasard, and know that we need not be adversaries in these matters. I simply seek an ancient dream, barely remembered. Lost knowledge, nothing more. Is that what Hermaeus Mora and his high elf lackey told you? Can you imagine any revelation that possesses such power? No. This is about keeping secrets, hoarding knowledge, stealing memories. Hermaeus Mora, the great miser of oblivion.
Then again, Hermaeus Mora is just keeping those memories, he's not actively using them.
All I have is fragments of a dream. Even Vermina could not help me recall it. But we remembered enough to get us this far. Hermaeus Mora stole this knowledge from us. I do not wish to harm you, mortal. To harm anyone. But I will learn the truth. The pompous mortal riddled with disease. The memory rejected him. We entered together, but I stand here, alone. Except for you. But worry not for Periite's priest. Blightcrown has skills. It should be a simple matter for him to return to Nirn. I will continue my search. You, however, should turn back. Wandering the memories of a Daedric prince is dangerous for one such as I. For you, such a journey will most likely prove fatal. I would hate to see Fate's chosen reach such an ignoble end. Heed my words, mortal.
If I learned anything as a Telvanni Magister, it's this. When a Dremora tells you to go right, you go left. Let's see what this memory contains.
Dream inside dream inside dream. Basically, Elder Scrolls universe is a dream, so
Prince Vermina's pet
this can't be as physical as anything else.
Those are Vermina markings on the walls.
Well, both should be like really ancient.
You're getting winded.
Yeah, both should be like really old Daedric princes.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable. Getting winded. Easy! Let your magicka recover!
Ouch.
Instant focus to use My ghosts can defeat this enemy.
I wonder what's the mechanical benefit of the ghost side. Is there something I should have found? No. Other than this is Necrom or something. Apparently they tried to make their own realms. Before Lorcan was like, hey, we could actually do a mortal world.
I won't let you do this, Fate Forger!
It is already done. You will forget this ever happened. Everyone will. It is the only way to preserve reality.
Damn you, Mora! Damn! No!
A spell to make all of reality forget. I can barely imagine. Come on. We need to find Torvasad.
So current reality is the only one, or only possible, and it's only possible because.
And now you know of Hermaeus Morga's grand betrayal. Once I restore Vermina's statue, the process of restoring the memory will begin. I suggest you defend yourself, Morgan.
Okay.
The Prince of Dreams and Nightmares.
Once again with the feeling.
Back on your feet! Charge!
Ravenous darkness. We all love hunger.
Who dares enter this forbidden memory? No! What have you done? Flee while you can, transgressor. Your reckless actions threaten all of reality. This memory is changed. Chosen, speak with me. I erased all evidence of this moment, and of the events that led to the loathsome action I was forced to perform. But I could not strip it from my own memory. And now that misstep has borne bitter fruit. What did the Dremora tell you, Chosen? Torvasad spoke true. Forbidden knowledge and secrets are my prime concern. Much of what I hoard serves to protect all the realms of existence. This particular secret, however, must stay forgotten. Even this slight recollection threatens reality.
Probably Godhead.
Torvasard found a way to slip past the eyes that see all and entered a memory he should have had no ability to access. And yet, here we are. He restored that which I destroyed. And now this recollection is no longer forgotten. The threads fray, but have not yet snapped. Torvasard and my enemies recall a fraction of the memory, but the most devastating secret remains locked away. Return to your allies. The situation can still be salvaged if you and Peli-Rami work together.
So basically they remember now that Hermes Mora removed some memory, but they don't know what the memory is.
Use this portal and return to Peli-Rami's study. We will talk again soon.
There you are. I was afraid you might have been lost in the void after my portal fracture. When the opportunity to enter a place of forbidden knowledge was snatched from me, the frustration was nearly overwhelming. Oh, well. Tell me what you saw inside the memory, Proxy. Ah, the event that began this cavalcade of fate. Of course. Such drastic measures must have been taken for good reason. The one who knows keeps referring to the unraveling of reality if we fail in our efforts. What else did you experience? With that level of power, Torvasard is clearly more than your average Dremora. Much more.
Daedric Lord.
Does that mean the secret has been remembered? Have we failed? Shall reality begin unraveling all around us? Then only some of the lost memory has been restored. The most dangerous portion of the secret must still be hidden. Very well. If you plan to honor your contract and still want to help save Apocrypha and Nern, I shall assist you as best I can. I would have it no other way, Proxy. We followed Hermes Mora's enemies from one end of Apocrypha to the other, and we learned what they seek. You have done well, and the one who knows wants to reward your efforts. Take this. Then, we shall see. What you described. How could Torvasard change a memory of Hermes Mora? How could he alter what happened so long ago? Such a power should not exist. This sensation. Bafflement. I do not care for it.
Technically you could actually even have affected the Daedric Princes through the shadow magic.
Torvasard has allies as well. Master Peli-Rami, Vermina and Periite. Blightcrown and the hidden kindred cultists. They seek to restore memories stolen from them by Hermes Mora. And from what you saw, Torvasard has started the restoration process. Yes, most puzzling. Torvasard's next step must involve the right Master Peli-Rami seeks to draw from Meln's Black Book. Return to Necrom and find Curate Gadain. See what Peli-Rami is up to. Meanwhile, I have other inquiries I wish to explore. Remember, as long as Peli-Rami possesses the Black Book, she can complete her rite. If they fully unlock this forgotten secret, multiple realms are doomed. I shall meet you at the bookshop in Necrom after I complete my investigations. Torvasard and Blightcrown could be anywhere, but Master Peli-Rami has roots in the Telvanni Peninsula. If anyone can help you navigate the complexities of the Dunmer Great Houses, it is Curate Gadain. Investigating Shelreni is our best option. Blightcrown and Shelreni concocted the dream affliction with the help of Vermina and Periite. It allowed them to avoid detection by shifting into alternate layers of reality. It even affected Mora's guardians. And we know they plan to improve it, if they can perfect their formula. What better way to steal the most dangerous secret in Apocrypha than from under the gaze of the one who knows? But if we can stop Master Shelreni and they cannot find the secret they seek, it shall not matter. Perhaps that is one of the possibilities I plan to explore. However, Torvasar demonstrated powers unheard of for a typical Dremora. He may have other abilities. I need to proceed with caution. And Blightcrown serves Periite, another obstacle. A cult composed of followers of Vermina and Periite, princes that usually work against each other, may be easier to uncover. I shall see what I can learn from my contacts among Hermaeus Mora's faithful. We will succeed, Proxy. We have to. This portal will return you to Necrom.
Master Shelreni murdered me to avoid the scrutiny of the Assembly of Masters.
The portal returns. I thought I recognized that wrinkle in the fabric of fate.
I hoped Laramil would be with you. We have news.
The Corpse Keeper is eager to tell you what he discovered. Oblivion forbid that I ruin his surprise. You should speak with him.
Scroot and I uncovered the most interesting news. The Assembly of Masters learned of Master Shelreni's recent activities and has called for a conclave. They plan to strip her of her rank and expel her from the house. It's complicated. The Assembly of Masters consists of just their mouths. The actual Masters rarely leave their towers, and never to meet with their rivals. A conclave, however, is a different story. The Masters themselves are compelled to attend. Don't you see? When they convene the Masters' conclave, Shelreni must be on hand to contest the charges. So, we know where we can find her and when. At Tel Hulan, the Tower Hall in Old Isra. As a curate, I think I can get us into the conclave by claiming official Necrom business. House Telvanni prefers to stay on our good side, so they rarely ask too many questions of the Keepers of the Dead.
Curate or not, he'll never get into the conclave bearing the mark of a Daedric prince. Not without my help. Underestimate Shelreni at your own peril. And do not think to just walk into a Telvanni stronghold reeking of Hermaeus Mora. Either Shelreni's Daedric allies or the Conclave's own protections will spot you the moment you step across the threshold. Of course. Wasn't I the greatest magister of my time? If not for my desire for solitude, I would have been the Archmagister. Unfortunately, my spectral body isn't good for anything these days. You'll need to serve as my hands for this to work. Return to Telrendis. Around my tower, you'll find the components necessary to assemble a passable cloak of omission. Look for dried hoaxwort, a lamia-scale shawl, and an illusion tincture of my own creation. I'll tell you more when we get there.
Okay, back to the tower. So this is basically a part was here in the Telvanni Peninsula. B part was at the Apocrypha, and this is like C part of the plot. So there's probably going to be like a D part as well, unless they are going to do what they did in couple DLCs and end the plot to a cliffhanger. I could have teleported, but alright.
where did I bury those components? Curses and corporeal existence! I can see why most ancestors move on instead of haunting their descendants. My mortal memories are much harder to recall than I anticipated. I don't remember where to find those components. Not exactly. Of course not. I buried the components we need in separate caches on the tower grounds. I just can't remember exactly where I put them. No matter. With your assistance, I'm sure we can find the right spots. Use my ghost sight. It will reveal the hiding places. Remember, Tel'Rendis is my place of power, despite Shalreni's attempts to make it her own. Here, I can easily use my magic through you, as long as you're willing. I placed sigils at the spots, but on a different layer of reality. Use my ghost sight, and you should be able to see them. The caches are buried beneath those locations. When you get close to a spot I recognize, I'll tell you to activate my sight. You should be able to see my sigils through my ghost sight. Look around. There, see my sigil? I always liked this layer of reality. Dig here. This looks familiar. Activate my ghost sight.
That was a bit of a warm-up.
That's a bit overgrown. Telvanni Mushroom Tower. A bow. How do we get there?
I remember this old workbench. We can prepare the Cloak of Omission here. Place the components one at a time onto the enchanting workbench. Almost done. Now sprinkle the tincture. Excellent. Now take the Cloak of Omission. Go ahead and try it on. The cloak will mask your presence and hide your connection to the Prince of... You look amazing. Barely a hint of a Daedric connection. I should explain the particulars, though.
Looks like a Telvanni.
Not a bad bit of work. You follow directions well. And the cloak looks perfectly dashing. Dashing, I say. Now let's head to Old Isra and meet up with Kirt Gadain. She should have gotten you access to the Conclave by now. Did I? I don't recall. But if you're asking about the Cloak of Omission, it could only shield you from so many scrying attempts. Eventually, someone will notice you. But the enchantment should last long enough for us to get our hands on Shalreni. Now that you mention it, yes. Gadain can get you on the access list, but you must play your part. Dunmer laws are labyrinthine, Telvanni especially. You need to invoke the proper statue to avoid suspicion. Just say the following to the sentry at the door. I hereby invoke the 26th statute of the Necrom Agreement, and then demand entry to the Conclave. Can you remember that? Once we get inside, We can meet up with Curate Gadain. What could Shelreni be thinking? She's obviously counting on the support of two Daedric princes. But does she really expect them to pass?
Okay. I hate this. Go back to Japan. So somebody's fighting Seekers.
Get back, you fetcher!
Yep. Yep, that's an Arcanist. Yeah, they are pretty badass. Basically boss level. So Telhulen. Let's go there.
Telhulen, the Tower of Halls, home to the Assembly of Masters. Remember to invoke the statute when you demand entry, and put on a cloak.
Can't go anywhere till that stage shows.
Know that, Drew? As Master Shalreni's mouth, you are prohibited from entering the Conclave.
But I must warn the Masters.
Don't worry. Your treacherous master will be dealt with soon enough.
You must warn the other Masters. I can no longer stand by and do nothing while Master Shalreni continues along this dark path. Her actions threaten the entire peninsula.
Only Saint Telvanni is gassed.
You probably shouldn't, but that doesn't mean I'm lying. I admired Shalreni for her skill and power. Thought she would help me rise in the ranks. But her ambition and contempt for her fellow Telvanni will doom us all. Master Shalreni made a deal with not one, but two Daedric princes.
Yeah, this we know
She plans to
already.
use their help to eliminate all who oppose her so she can become Archmagister. The Masters won't listen to me. They don't understand the danger. I'm not sure. Master Shalreni stopped confiding in me. But I know how she thinks. She has no respect for the Masters or this Conclave. When they move to reprimand her, she's going to show them just how powerful she's become. It will be a bloodbath.
The Master's Conclave is in session. All other business is on hold. Come back later. Necrom, Let me see. Ah, yes. You're listed as Curate Gadain's attending clerk. Very good. You may go inside. I expect you'll find the curate in the Assembly antechamber, as the attending Magister declared the Conclave for Masters only.
There's Curate Gadain.
Really, I must...
I insist, Curate. You do realize I wield considerable influence as Master Norvora's mouth.
Of course, but...
I could do much for you and the Keepers. Now tell me, what do you think of my book?
That's Master Norvora's mouth. We need to extract Gadain this instant.
The curate and I are busy, outsider. I am eager to hear what he thinks of my book, Ancestors of a Humble Mouth. It's a work in progress, but at least 2 booksellers have expressed interest. Come back later. How strange. As no one but masters are allowed inside, Master Norvora explicitly told me to wait out here until after the Conclave concluded its business. Well, obviously Master Norvora needs her spellbook. No master should ever meet her peers without being totally prepared. I'll go and fetch it at once.
Thank you, my friend. Follow me. I know a place where we can talk privately. We can speak freely here. You arrived not a moment too soon, my friend. Before they decided to seal the hall, and I was trapped in that dreadful conversation with Mouth Elar, I found what we needed. Master Shelreni is here, and being held under guard until the Conclave begins. And now we come to the problem. Magister Gothrin arrived from Sadrith Mora to oversee the Master's Conclave.
Okay.
He immediately expelled all but the Telvanni Masters and placed a ward on the door. There's no way to get into the assembly hall.
Well, Gothrin is pretty powerful.
Sadly,
but
disabling
then again,
a
you
ward
can kill
placed
him
by a
in
magister
Elder
is
Scrolls
beyond
2.
my capabilities. If you have any ideas, please share them. Otherwise, I fear the Masters are on their own in there.
A Magister? To counter Magister magic, eh? Good idea. Let's go disable the ward.
Okay.
A ward needs anchors. See them? One on either side of the door. I'll lend you my power to disable them.
If she will. Nina's recommended she stay in bed, but we attend the conclave.
Magister Gothrin is good, but I'm
Understandable.
better.
As much as our
Let's enter the
masters
assembly
despise
hall.
public appearances, they hate the thought of others gathering without them more.
Too bad we're not allowed inside. I was hoping to see what punishment they could rise to Master Shelreni.
This is a closed session. What is the meaning of this intrusion?
It's a Gothrin.
Now, Gothrin, surely such restrictions don't apply to a Magister and his proxy.
Meln the Mouthless, a spirit. No matter. I will not tolerate your antics.
Nothing in our statutes precludes a dead Magister from participating in a conclave. Now, hear what my proxy has to say.
Very well. Step forward.
First, Magister Gothrin arrives to take the reins of our conclave, and now the spirit of Magister Meln. I knew gathering the local masters all in one place was a bad idea.
The Morag-Tong's assistant. Oh, you certainly get around. While I appreciate what you did for the Assembly, this is a matter for the Masters and the Magister. You really shouldn't be in here.
While I mourn the loss of a valued servant, I am glad that you eliminated the spy that was stalking these halls. I was hoping to finally get on with this conclave when you and Meln showed up, though. Why is it that Magisters complicate everything?
That's their job.
Meln is dead. I knew it. Master Foes owes me 200 gold.
They were betting who's dead and who's not.
I recognize you from that incident with the ambitious lizard.
Yes.
And now you stand before me, representing one of my most annoying colleagues. Well, get on with it. What's so important that Magister Meln dares interrupt these closed proceedings?
So this happened in Elder Scrolls Online's Morrowind DLC. So this is like a throwback to what happened before in a Morrowind, and this is pretty interesting because in other DLCs they really didn't connect to other DLC, so except 3 DLC, Morrowind, Clockwork City, and Somerset. They had like continuous plot basically, but it's rare that other characters actually remember what you have been doing in other DLC. So I think the quality of writing has been improving.
And Magister Meln thought us so ineffective that he had to swoop in and save the day? How presumptuous of him. Do you really think one rogue master is a match for this assembly? So I heard. Hence the reason I decided to leave my comfortable tower and come all this way to personally take charge of this conclave. The masters will hear the charges, question the subject, and render swift judgment. Is that why you're here? To add another charge to Shelreni's list of crimes? Then so noted. Perhaps that's why she turned herself over without any fuss or bother, so that she can plead for mercy. Perhaps I'll be lenient. Perhaps not. Enough of this nonsense. I listened to the concerns of your Magister and heard his allegation. Now we are finished. Meln may stay if he wishes. That is his right. But you and the curate should go and leave us to our work.
Over here. I forgot how boring my so-called peers can be. Pity Shelreni didn't eliminate a few more of my rivals before we noticed. But your master, Meln. I have fond memories of his many antics. That's why I wanted a word with you. Your master has delayed these proceedings long enough. Master Shelreni reached above her station and must be dealt with. Anything that postpones that and increases the time I must spend in the company of my so-called peers will not be tolerated.
Basically, her Shelreni's crime was to get caught on the act, not that she actually murdered. That's not really a crime.
Murder, you say? That is serious. I suppose anything can be expected from a master who makes pacts with Daedra. We really need to strip her of her rank and exile her. Well, if you must see her, she's being held in a meeting room down the East Hall.
I don't understand this necessity for debate. If it were up to me, we'd get right to the vote. Nothing anyone has to say will change my mind about Shelreni. Now then, is Magister Meln really dead?
They don't want to believe.
Meln may have confused Magister Gothrin, but there's no provision for a dead Telvanni participating in a conclave. It's just not done. Is that a threat? Master Morena led Shelreni through the East Door for making similar pronouncements only a few moments ago. If that can happen to a master, imagine what's in store for a lowly mouth like you.
What are you waiting for? Do what all good mouths do and converse with the masters in my stead. Masters...
If you're intent on flouting Magister Gothrin's authority, then I suggest you speak to Masters Foves and Norvora. Neither of them could keep a confidence if their lives depended upon it. But if anyone asks, you heard nothing from me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest disobeying the order of Magister Gothrin. I've seen him turn a retainer into a mud crab for a lesser infraction.
Go on and take a look. There's a meeting room just to the right. This must be where they're holding her.
Shelreni's gone, but what's that tipped over bottle over there? That's pure essence of dream. Let me cast a spell to see what happened here.
Oh no.
What was that? Just a little gift from the Prince of Dreams. Soon, you will do exactly as I say.
You won't get away with this.
I already have. And with your help, I'll get away with so much more. Now let's go attend the conclave. My ascension requires participants, willing or otherwise.
We must get to the conclave. It's held in the Master's private hall to the north.
Something's going on to the north. I think the conclave is starting.
Oh no.
Master Shelreni, you stand accused of conspiring against your fellow Telvanni, murdering Meln the Mouthless, and consorting with Daedric princes. How do you plead?
A Telvanni doesn't plead. But
And-
I will
and
kill
they-
you all
they
before
haven't
I
taken
take
her
my
stuff
sacrifice
away. Okay.
Shelreni, cease your actions this instant.
Use my ghost sight to disable the wards and get down there.
You? If these fools can't stop me, what hope do you have?
Come on, get up! I'm not ready to die a second time.
You're finally awake. Thank the ancestors. I thought Shelreni killed you.
Well,
We should talk, Mouth of Melon.
basically she can't die. Vestige is just resurrected like a Daedra when she does. He or she.
The Mouth of the Mouthless. I suppose you want me to say that you and Meln were right. That I should have taken Shelreni's threat more seriously. Well, let's pretend I said that and move on to what needs to happen next. Yes, quite a display. She used the conclave to formally announce her intentions. Her spell would have killed everyone, and positioned her to challenge the Archmagister for rulership of the house. Luckily, I was on hand to save the local masters. Shelreni may be a powerful master, but I am a magister of the Telvanni Council. It was a simple matter to deflect her attack while the conclave dispersed. Then, I stabilized the portal she fled through, assuming you would want to follow her. Really now, who do you think Meln consulted when he first invented his Cloak of Omission? I see the mark of Mora upon you. House Telvanni wants no part in the machinations of Daedric princes. Just make sure to kill Shelreni when you find her.
He's pretty smart.
Master Morena revealed her inadequacies when she allowed herself to be captured. The other masters survived. In both cases, House Telvanni won. If you plan to chase Shelreni, I suggest you leave now. I'm not going to hold that portal open forever. In all honesty, no. In case you haven't noticed, we of House Telvanni are a superior lot. Sentiment and mercy rarely factor into our actions. Now, step lively. That portal will close as soon as my attention wavers. Ooh, and I feel a yawn coming on.
I'm with you, friend.
Vitamin Shrine.
This ancient ruin. Those markings. This place is dedicated to Vermina.
This looks like a place which we saw from the Hermes Mora's
I think we visited
memories.
the memory of it in
Yeah.
the Eye of Mora.
This chamber appears promising. We should look around.
Two years ago.
Anything relevant in those papers?
Well, kind
Is there
of.
anything in those papers about... Laramil's amulet can protect us both. Was there anything in those papers about Master Shelreni or where we might find her? She writes about how Torvasad came to her, indoctrinated her into Vermina's service, how he was consumed with restoring something that was either stolen or lost, and how he insisted they find this ancient shrine. So they sent the malachite mined from the Alavelis quarry here. And she discusses how the hidden kindred were formed to provide the workers needed to accomplish the restoration. Somehow, rebuilding a Vermina statue is the key to Torvasad's goal. This must be where that original memory took place. Where Vermina and Periite think Hermaeus Mora wronged them and stole whatever it is they now seek. Let's keep going. That restored statue and Master Shelreni must be somewhere in this old ruin.
What is the common thing between Periite and Vermina? Horror. Both are Daedric princes of horror. Okay, so that's UI icon is pointing our way to the Kedane. It's just leaving it here. There's these small kind of bugs. They still exist in Elder Scrolls Online. This is a new door.
We must find Shelreni and stop her from completing this rite.
And Master Morena, we need to free her.
My black book! Looks like Shelreni got past my safeguards. Shelreni's using the restored statue as a focus for her rite.
You will not interfere.
An aspect of Vermina? That's not good.
Way, agents of fate! Take this vessel to help me restore what was taken from us all! No! Now, my disciple, complete the sacrifice so I may inhabit the vessel.
Fly my goat into my contact with the sea.
Laser beam.
Free Morena from the binding.
Save yourselves! No! Not when we're so close!
Close my black book and take it. That should end the rite.
Taking the Black Book won't stop us, and one of you will serve just as well as a sacrifice.
No need to involve outsiders, Shelreni.
Ah,
Vermina accepts
betrayal.
your sacrifice and deems you a worthy vassal.
I regret the bloodshed, but soon Mora's injustice will be undone.
With this vessel, I can enter Apocrypha and strike at Mora's heart. With me, my faithful!
We have to warn Apocrypha. Let's return to the Necrom bindery and find Laramil.
Hold still, and I'll open a portal back to Necrom.
Neither Scroot nor I can feel Hermaeus Mora's presence. We both find this unsettling. Good, you are here. Both Scroot and I felt a sudden disturbance in the tides of fate. Something terrible has happened in Apocrypha, and Scroot and I no longer feel the presence of the one who knows. Another significant event in the annals of fate, and I missed it. But Master Shelreni is dead. And Vermina did what? Start from the beginning, Proxy. What happened at the Master's Conclave? So that was Shelreni's plan. Use whatever power the Princess provided to eliminate her rivals and move up in rank. I am glad she failed. But what happened after that? And Blightcrown decided to complete the rite anyway by sacrificing Shelreni instead. Ruthless, but in keeping with a follower of Periite. And you say this allowed Vermina to possess Shelreni's corpse? What happened next, Proxy? They cannot. Not usually. Hence all the trouble that Torvasad and his allies went through to reach this point. At least you saved the Telvanni Masters and recovered Meln's Black Book. Well done. While I ponder next steps, take this. You earned it.
Yeah, Hermes Mora was part of the Cold Harbor Compact, but Vermina wasn't. So she can use the cheat menu, basically. Necrom's anyway.
Both Scroot and I felt the tides of fate churn and boil. Worse, neither of us has been able to commune with Hermaeus Mora since the Black Book's rite was completed at
you said that
Shrine.
already.
And you say you saw Shelreni's body walk into Apocrypha, giving Vermina access to Apocrypha and a host to work through. They must know where to find the memory they seek, or they have a good idea where to look. Apocrypha is infinite. Without fate to guide us, we are lost in the dark without a candle. Blightcrown and Torvasad have ways to avoid detection. Only one viable option presents itself. We must ask Master Shelreni where Vermina has taken her body. Will you see this through, Proxy, before the disaster Mora foresaw comes to pass? Fortunately, we have 2 conduits to spirits not yet bound for Aetherius at our disposal. Magister Meln and Curate Gadain. Speak to Meln first. He obviously knows what happens when a Telvanni mage dies. Aetherius is the immortal plane.
Okay.
When a person dies, their spirit moves on to that realm unless something prevents that from happening. A violent death, perhaps, or because the spirit still has tasks left undone. Shelreni fits both categories.
And she's a Dunmer. Interesting. This is taking pretty interesting turn now.
You know how you can feel the warmth and know the sun is above you, even if you never look up. That is what Scroot experiences every day in the service of her master, and what I sense when I commune with the one who knows. Now, it just feels empty.
Scroot is referred as her.
Perhaps. We know Blightcrown used a corrupting combination of pestilence and dream to avoid detection in the Panopticon, and he was trying to increase its potency. Maybe the rite did more than open a path. Maybe it cut Mora off from his own realm.
Interesting.
What Hermaeus Mora foresaw was always about an assault on Apocrypha. Vermina and her allies want to recover the memory that was stolen from them. But the way she's going about it will doom us all. We need to determine her destination and stop her.
Basically, then again, you can cut off Daedric Prince from the realm or realms. I mean, there's a precedent, and it's from the semi-canonized story of the trial of Vivek, where it ends by Vivek actually banishing Azura out of the worlds and collapsing gateways to her realm, Moonshadow. So I suppose it's possible.
Laramil's idea is a good one. Master Shelreni has the answer we seek, and I know how to reach her. No Telvanni master worth their weight in Quama cattle
would relinquish their hold on this plane without a fight. I have no doubt we can contact Master Shalreni's spirit. Whether we can get her to cooperate, well, that's an entirely different matter. As the curate can tell you, Necrom forbids summoning the dead. But there's no regulation against the dead choosing to speak to you.
Which is done by religion.
We don't have to summon Shalreni's spirit. We can go to her and simply request an audience. Same place you found me. In her tower, of course. We must go to Tel Barrow and search her sanctum. If her spirit lingers, she'll haunt there. Though, I'm better take Gadain with us. If she's become a vengeful spirit, his expertise might be required.
Meln, we can't just summon the dead whenever we please. It's forbidden.
Yes. Summoning is an affront to your order. But if the spirit is already there...
If I help you, I could jeopardize my standing.
We would not ask this of you if the situation was not dire.
Of course I'll help, Laramil.
I'll return to Apocrypha. See if I can find Vermina while you chase spirits. Not like I've got anything better to do.
Good luck at Tel Barrow, my friends. Return here with whatever you learn.
Dealing with displaced spirits is very much frowned upon by the Keepers of the Dead.
Displaced
I'll help,
spirits.
Because the stakes are great. But it goes against every iota of my training.
Yeah, this is the question I have.
That's an aspect of our beliefs, but not the primary component. And it's different when you visit the catacombs and a spirit appears before you. I suppose if Shalreni decides to speak to us, that shouldn't violate the Codex too badly.
Okay, so this is actually clarifying something that was a pretty hot take with the roleplayers.
Indeed. The recently departed are often confused, and that confusion can turn violent. I much prefer to deal with the spirits of our ancient ancestors. They may be cantankerous, but they've had enough time to reconcile to their undead existence.
Okay, over there.
Where's the Keeper? He should have been here by now.
The tower's locked tight. We need another way inside.
Telvanni towers always have more than a single ingress and egress. Look around. Over there. Just let me... There. Easy enough for a Magister to remove a Master's ward. Let's go inside. Shalreni's private study. Her presence is strong here.
My ghost sight allows you to see it. Move closer, and I'll try to get her to manifest fully.
Careful, my friend.
Light Crown! He killed me. I'll destroy them all!
Such rage and suffering. Let me try to calm her.
Have you come to gloat? To see how far the mighty Shalreni has fallen? I would have led House Telvanni to new heights. Instead, I lost everything. All my work unfinished. My legacy in ruins. This is your fault, outsider. You and those duplicitous Daedric princes. Now, why in the name of my despicable ancestors would I even consider such a notion? You're my enemy. I'm content to sit back and watch as Vermina and Periite steal back whatever they think Hermaeus Mora took from them. You know nothing of the Telvanni, outsider, or of me. But I will admit that I hate it when a greater power reneges on a mutually advantageous agreement. Frankly, my role in all this was more difficult than what I requested of the princes.
Yeah, a bit salty.
I decrypted Meln's Black Book, perfected Blight Crown's subterfuge concoction, and performed the rite that gave Vermina access to Apocrypha. And all for a simple favor. Eliminate my competition, and elevate me to the rank of Archmagister. I see what you did there. Clever. I suppose I've been taken off the board. A bit of revenge on my part is probably called for. The path to the memory Vermina seeks lies through the infinite panopticon. Torvasad will lead her there. It started with Torvasad and his dream of something lost long ago. He needed someone to acquire Meln's Black Book and perform the rite. In return, he would help me achieve my dream of becoming Archmagister, as long as I pledged myself to Vermina. Silent, you say? Then my enhanced subterfuge concoction worked. I told Blightcrown I could do it. I took Blightcrown's mix of disease and dream, and with a few adjustments to the rite, enhanced its ability to hide them 1,000-fold. If Mora has gone silent, it means it affected him too. Cut him off from his own realm. Am I a genius or what?
Well, that is a genius.
Oh, fear not. You can't separate a Daedric prince from their realm for very long.
Yeah.
Should last just long enough for Vermina to get whatever she's after. Of course, who can say what will happen when a realm and its prince are sundered even briefly?
Yeah. Not good.
Truth be told, I never much cared.
Yeah, I noticed.
All I wanted was to do what was asked of me and get my reward. Instead, I got a dagger in the back from that disgusting Blight Crown. They believe Hermaeus Mora stole something from them. From all of us, really. It involves Torvasad's dream. He had vague visions of a Vermina shrine, believed it was important. So he asked Vermina to help him recall the entire dream. When she failed, he expanded his list of allies. That's where the hidden kindred came in. Look, maybe Mora stole Torvasad's favorite sweet roll recipe.
Probably.
I wouldn't put it past the Prince of Fate. He collects knowledge like House Lalu hoards gold. All I know is Vermina and Periite want the memory back, but Torvasad wants it more. Torvasad behaves like a broker, bringing disparate parties together for mutual benefit. In truth, I now believe this is all about Torvasad. He has his own agenda. Anyway, he convinced the princes to set aside their differences and work together.
I can't absolve you of your transgression, Spirit, but I can grant you peace.
Eternal disappointment, more likely.
Let's return to Necrom and tell Laramil what we learned.
I wonder if we can even find the Infinite Panopticon again.
Let's rendezvous with Lyramel at the Necrom Bindery and see what she thinks about all this.
That was much more intense than the ancestor visits I participated in at the catacombs. Anyway, let's go find Lyramel and tell her what the spirit said. She'll be able to make sense of it. I know she will.
Okay. We need to ride. Or recall.
Off we go!
Whee! Riding with the Guar. And conjuring undead Telvanni masters. Yeah, that's interesting how each of the DLC actually elaborates more on the Elder Scrolls world, and I have noticed that these latest DLCs have been answering the questions about lore, and questions what the players have been asking, like, can you, how actually does the Dunmer religion work? Can you like invite your ancestor to tea or something like that? So this is already expanding on the questions that I personally have been arguing with the role players years ago. So that's how it goes. And we are happy. We are happy about fan service this game actually provides. I think the true fan service was actually those Elsewhere DLCs. They were like, Elsewhere was totally fan service because everyone likes Khajiit. And yeah, Morrowind 2.
A conclave of masters at Old Isra. When's the last time that happened? I heard a magister came in from Sadrith Mora.
We have drops. I think we do have drops in a Twitch. Yes.
I've got what you need.
Calm yourself, Scroot. I am sure Apocrypha is not as bad as you say. Ah, Proxy. Tell me what happened at Tel Barrow.
Well, do you want good or bad news?
It was terrible, mortal. Some of the realm's Daedra have gone insane. And I still can't hear or make contact with the Great Eye. If you have better news, share it with Lyramel now.
Scroot returned from Apocrypha with disheartening news, while my efforts at research have been marginally effective at best. Tell me you have something better to report. The infinite panopticon. First they sought a memory to alter. Now they seek what? Another memory? And can they even find the entrance again? Well, we have a destination. Now all we need is a plan. What research I was able to accomplish tells me that Vermina will be a formidable opponent. But in order to enter Apocrypha without Mora's consent, she requires an anchor and a shield. In this case, Master Shalreni's body. That Shalreni's body is mortal. If we destroy it, I do not believe that even Blightcrown's concoction will hide Vermina from the one who knows. of course, there is also the matter of Apocrypha gone amok. But one problem at a time, I think. Idane, this will be dangerous. I would feel better if you remain here, out of harm's way.
I swore to retrieve the relic, and I can't stand the thought of you facing this danger without me. All of you, really.
Vomitous.
Let us meet at the location where we first entered the Infinite Panopticon. While the entrance never appears in the same place twice, I have an idea that might just turn this to our favor. I am not certain. The ritual I utilized earlier is not something I dare to perform again so soon. But there is another option, one I have only read about, but never attempted myself. Let us forge ahead and see what fate has in store for us.
Prior to this, my most complicated day involved misplaced grave urns, obnoxious relatives, and the occasional ancestor spirit who was out of sorts. I'm not sure what I have to offer once we return to Apocrypha, but I'll help in any way I can.
And this is nice that developers have given feet to the characters, so they actually walk around from place to place. And not just teleport to someplace.
Prior to this, my most
Okay, so we need to ride down there.
I was tired of walking anyway.
As I feared, the entrance to the Infinite Panopticon has moved.
As is its nature, which means we have failed and reality is doomed.
I refuse this outcome. Fate, Bend to my will.
Laramil, be careful.
There is no time. The Panopticon must exist. Here, I command it.
Okay, she's brute forcing it.
Laramil, you did it. The Panopticon is open.
I was not sure if that would work, Proxy. It weakened me. It will be up to you to safeguard us against whatever awaits inside. Like Scroot, I feel the agony rippling through the very fabric of Apocrypha. How that will manifest, I hazard to guess.
One moment. Okay, something else is happening here. That's an answer to a friend, so that's what I need to have a small break.
I think Vermina's presence has somehow intensified Blightground's corruption.
Okay, they are trying to corrupt the whole place.
Much until I met you.
So my theory is that we could enter this place just because Hermamora isn't here. They're still hushed.
Ripples of agony from below. We need to go down, mortal. Mortal, let me. Feel the power of fate!
I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
We need to go down. Okay. Hard way or easy way?
This is more than just the presence of a rival Daedric prince. Something else is happening here. This is more than just the presence of a rival Daedric prince. Something else is happening here.
He's repeating the same line.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant armigers. Quick! Drink a magica potion!
Something else is happening here.
Satisfying smack. Feel the power of fate!
Use a stamina draft!
Remember, Vermina's not alone. Necrom and Torvisad are with her.
The Great Eye, call on me.
Getting winded.
Wasn't that amazing? The Great Eye, call on me. Cultists are spreading Necrom's corruption.
Leikhopper.
Looks like Vermina brought an army.
Yeah.
Help! I'm scared
Feel the
too.
power of fate! That portal. Vermina passed through it, mortal. The Great Eye, call on me. Don't ask me. I've never been inside the infinite Panopticon before. But Vermina and her allies stepped through that portal, so it must lead somewhere. This place feels ancient. Like no one's been here in an
The
eternity.
combination of rite and concoction worked splendidly. We are hidden, and Mora suffers.
I see the Eye of Mora above us.
Take the dream
That's where we need to
the
go,
Eye of
mortal.
Find your memory. I have a final gift to deliver to the very core of Apocrypha.
Light Crown! Did he say something about an Eye of Mora?
Eye of Mora.
Ignore Blightcrown. We need to reach Vermina and destroy Vermina's body.
Satisfying smack.
So we need to get over there. There. But how? Investigate the chamber. Okay, so there's a level underneath. And level above.
Between Vermina's
I
presence
don't
and
want to
corruption,
hurt you,
my
but
fellow
now I'm
soldiers
going to.
more silent than usual. apocrypha smite your heart. Wasn't that amazing?
Use the stamina trap!
Through there, mortal. Hurry! Those cultists are in our way. Dispatch them, mortal. Mortal, let me aid you. Satisfying smack.
Run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
I am a vessel of the great eye. Call on me. Feel the power of fate. Mortal, we need to
Mother
talk.
Morrowind has her eye on you.
Light Crown's a threat, but Vermina's a prince. We should follow Vermina and Torvasard into the Eye of Mora. I have no clue which memory of Hermaeus Mora this particular eye contains, but we should go in and do what we came here to do. Find Vermina and destroy Master Shelreni's body. Without the protection it provides, Mora should be able to pinpoint her. You're right, I don't hear the Great Eye. I think that has something to do with Vermina's presence, Blake Crown's corruption, and the rite they completed to enter the realm. It's just a guess, but if we solve one problem, it should help.
So this is basically a bit like the original game's assault on the Cold Harbor, when actually there were stuff that happened between Meridia and Molakball.
Now, mortal, step into the Eye of Mora.
Weird teleport.
What happened to this memory? It looks more like a dream. Or a nightmare.
Another Daedric Prince memory? Taken to the nicest places.
Yeah. Glad that Telvanni Wizard can appreciate.
I sense a flaw. Use my ghost sight to reveal it.
I must make sure it cannot be
I never used to fight this much, until I met you.
I shall divide the only remaining memory of the event.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
3 glyphics.
Okay, so he did something, or rather, did something. The secret got out, and then he wanted to erase the memory of this thing.
The way it began, secured inside the glyphic of
What?
hidden paths.
What became? Or rather, what began? How? What started? Probably unraveling the cosmos or something.
Listen carefully, mortal. Vermina's power is limited here. Listen carefully, mortal. Vermina's power is limited here. This isn't her realm. It's only due to the necromancy they used on Shelreni's body that she made it this far. She's placed a dream around us, but the true memory is still here. Vermina hasn't been in here very long. She didn't have time to craft a perfect dreamscape to hide within. Look for flaws in the illusion, the cracks in the facade. We're inside one of the Great Eye's secret memories. That's just an echo of him, part of the memory. Like I said, Vermina's overlay of dream stuff isn't perfect, and we can take advantage of that. Let's see if we can spot any flaws we can exploit. Good idea. If you can find the weak points, I can break them open and expose the true memory beneath. Of course, knowing what the Great Eye values, that will probably drive us insane. Took me centuries to recover the last time that
Once again, Melon to the rescue. When you get close to a flaw,
okay,
use
now
my
I
ghost
can
sight to spot it.
collect them. But I collect already too. But it's still showing one. Or there's some order these need to be collected. This is not where I wanted, but doesn't matter, I think.
Still here. Asking.
Hey, stick with me. I really don't like your arm.
Strike! Now!
The arguments followed, locked within the glyphic of and with regret, memory of what I had to do, sealed inside the glyphic of shattered reflections. Who dares invade my private memories?
Ah,
We got what we came here for, Torvasad. This way!
How dare Vermina enter my realm? Fighter, protect the three glyphics. Go and enter the mythos.
now we got in. Yeah. Basically, I should always check everything here, but that's kind of slowing me down.
Beneath the Icor Sea.
Satisfying snack.
Storm of books.
This is the core of Apocrypha. Remember how Torvasard altered a memory and changed the past? The damage they can cause here is enormous.
why you have to know how to scrap.
I'm a better at the Great Eye. Call on me. We need to hurry, mortal. Isn't that amazing?
I keep pressing wrong buttons here. Stop wire mina. Well, that's probably really easy. Not.
Let a popper smite your foe. Satisfying snack. Satisfying snack.
Thank you. Apparently power of fate is tentacle.
Satisfying snack.
Ouch.
Keep moving!
Feel the power of fate. Let a popper smite your foe. Satisfying snack.
Mirri is still alive. I'm amazed.
Enemy is this way. Let me aid you. Feel the power of fate.
Step into the focus and use my ghost sight.
Where's the ghost sight? Over there.
Use my ghost sight. Strike them.
Now Miri can use the powerful skill.
Damn you, Mora! We must slip away while we can, Torvastad.
The Dreamweaver flees. But what of the Glyphic Vault? Will pay for the damage she has wrought on my realm.
What is that Glyphic?
And hear my words. I shook off the worst effects of Vermina's corrupting presence, but not soon enough. The intruders have fled. But the vault of the Glyphic? You must determine if the secret remains secure. Not just any Glyphic. One of 3 primordial Glyphics that in total contain the entirety of the memory I made everyone forget. A memory that, if restored, will destroy reality. Enter the vault. Check on the Glyphic. That which I cannot see. The corruption coursing through Apocrypha continues to weaken me. I must do everything I can to maintain a connection to my realm. Enter and examine the Glyphic. I give you permission to gaze upon this portion of the memory.
Well, no. Well, anyone else isn't going to see it, isn't that the... Yeah, sure, but I'm the only one who is going to see it. Even Hermes Mora can't see it.
It cannot be avoided. Fate's chosen must make sure the Glyphic is secure and the memory intact. We shall talk again. When you are done, examine the Glyphic of Hidden Paths. It will reveal a portion of the secret to you. Regrettably, there is no other way to determine if the Glyphic remains intact. But fate will survive a slight fraying of its fabric.
Interesting.
Now.
Interesting. Voiceover said that hidden paths, but the text says lost memories. Six are the walking ways. Paths to the godhood.
Examine the Glyphic and see how this all began, Chosen. It cannot be avoided.
Why have you called us all together, Prince of Fate?
We must deal with this problem, Dreamweaver. I have seen what happens if we do nothing. Already the threads of fate unravel. They have no regard for the chaos they can cause.
Ah, that's it. What I needed to spark my memory.
Ah, Batman Gambit.
Lord of Secrets, I will restore it all.
Torvastad, only one of the unseen could evade my sight here.
One of the unseen.
We must speak.
One of the unseen.
My power remains diminished due to the toxins Periite's followers polluted Apocrypha with. But you helped me break free of the worst of the miasma. You saw the contents of the Glyphic of Hidden Paths.
Hidden Paths.
As did Torvastad. I did not expect that. Not yet. One thread in the tapestry snapped, but 2 more remain. If if you can keep my enemies from unsealing the final triglyphics, there is still a chance to preserve Apocrypha and the rest of reality. You saw how this began. The great omission.
Yeah, you called Torvasad one of the unseen.
Just something from very long ago. Something I did not expect to encounter ever again. It is not important. Not yet.
Not yet.
Right now, fate requires a champion, mortal.
So basically, he can't see everything. And that's kind of problem, because those who he can't see can do stuff.
Follow your heart. Return to Laramil. Consult with her. Defeat those who oppose us.
Save the world.
You will know the best course of action when fate requires it. Now, I must conserve my strength. Apocrypha is under attack, and I feel its pain. Leave this memory, mortal. Take the portal and return to your allies in Cypher's Midden.
I don't have Asandar yet. Sharpest Knight. I need to find this companion as well.
I have recovered, Proxy. Now tell me, what occurred after we parted ways in the Infinite Panopticon? Part of the memory has been remembered, but reality has not unraveled. So we must still have time to make this right. Vermina and her allies continue to assault Apocrypha, but freeing Hermaeus Mora was a victory. Well done. This is for you, Proxy. Secret and forbidden knowledge. Something so terrible that Hermaeus Mora wiped the very memory of it from all existence. But now Torvasad has plucked a thin sliver from the darkness, urging us to remember. Though it pains me, we cannot allow that.
So basically this is like a deep part of the game plot. Plot thickens, and while it would be fun to follow, we are going to end the broadcast here. Thank you for watching, and we are going to play something else in Saturday, but continuing this this game Thursday. Maybe even manage to go through the main plot. We are going to play another role-playing game, very old game, in a Midsummer, and continue with that. So it's going to be really cool, but a really old game. Some people might like old games. I prefer them, but some people might not. So it's like hit and miss. Can't please everyone. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you Thursday. Good night.